So, in addition to leadership being extremely important in our society, it's also very complex and arguably paradoxical. We live in an individualistic society that emphasizes achievement and status and success and showcasing individual talent. We live in a society that looks up to authorities in times of crisis, whether it's celebrities or doctors or scientists or politicians. We always look to authorities when we need answers or a sense of direction. Yet, so many of us kind of walk away from those roles. To some of us, leadership comes really naturally, and to other people like myself, we're much more likely to step back and pass the responsibilities aside to somebody else. Now, I don't dislike group work, and I definitely don't dislike people. However, because of my history of social anxiety and generalized anxiety and my low confidence, I tend to kind of withdraw in a group project or in a group setting. I tend to stick to myself and be quiet, and I'm kind of just there rather than really there, right? So when that's the case, I think it can come across as intimidating or cold or unapproachable to other people. And if they can't feel like they can approach me, then they're either gonna not communicate as well or they won't at all, which is not gonna help the overall group effort. Now, the other component to that is that because of that tendency of mine, I just avoid leadership opportunities and communication in general. Rather than taking initiative and stepping outside my comfort zone, I withdraw back into it, which kind of keeps the vicious cycle going. Now, I don't think I'd be a bad leader. I think I could be a very good leader with confidence. I think of in a group without a designated leader, how one will just emerge as soon as the others draw back and say they're not the leader. It happens so subconsciously and mindlessly, and I think it is a reflection of how we view ourselves. And if we don't feel like we are good leaders, or if we don't believe that we are leaders, then we're not going to be leaders. So for me, I think the first step into becoming a good and effective leader is to build my confidence and really feel like a good leader and practice communication. In order to feel competent, I need to practice. In order to practice, I need to put myself out there. I think if I'm looking at one of my best traits or one of the things that would make me a good leader, I would hypothetically, let's say I'm raising a team, right? I think one of my strengths is that I see the best in people first. I am really satisfied and thrilled to see people bring their passions to the table and to be able to use that to contribute to an overall group effort and a larger goal. It's empowering, it's energizing to me, and to me, it's like every person is a superhero with their own superpower. That's how I view each member in a group, and I would do everything I could to support that process and draw the energy out of each member and to foster that kind of creative and empowering environment. Someplace where people can bring their passions and what they consider a part of themselves to a greater cause. I think that's one of the most empowering things ever. And I think that's a great thing it's a great skill for a leader to have, a great skill for a great leader. You need to see the best in the people you're leading and not the worst. You need to empower them and make them feel valued and needed and appreciated. So in essence, for me, to be a good leader is to be confident, to practice leadership and communications, and to see the best in other people and tell them that you enjoy leading them and that you want to see them become something greater than themselves.